That big bird.
Big bird.
Big bird.
Hello, welcome to a brand new video. We are going to do a resort tour today.
Yes, today we were at the Wilderness Lodge, which is one of the DVC resorts here on Disney property. And it's one of our favorites just because, you know, how themed and how relaxing this place is. So we're really excited to show it to you guys.
Yeah, so we're actually not staying here today, for you guys wondering. We went over here for lunch at Geyser Point, which is another video we filmed. So if you want to check that out, please do. But we love resort tours, and we figured we'd do a full walking around tour of the resort. This is absolutely one of our favorites. It's not a monorail resort, but it's close by.
Yes, so a couple different forms of transportation. We'll definitely stop by the boat so you guys can see that. But really cool, this resort is themed after the Pacific Northwest and kind of, you know, early 1900s era. So got some really cool theming in here, really cool some imagery, and just they did a great job. So really
absolutely
excited.
I love these like massively epic themed resorts, and Wilderness Lodge is no exception. When you walk into the lobby, which we will in a second, you're going to see the scale of it, kind of similar to Animal Kingdom Lodge, just how big it is. So that's pretty cool. Same as Polynesian, like those big lobbies, there's nothing like that when you first arrive to a vacation. So let's go do a full tour of this place. We are the Date Hoppers. We do date nights, resorts, vacations, everything in Orlando, Disney, Universal, and more. So my name's Jared.
And I'm Molly.
And we're gonna go do a full resort tour. Let's do it. So right off the bat, we're walking right into the lobby. We're gonna follow Molly in her red flowy dress. And look at the scale of this lobby, as I talked about before.
Yeah, these are over 50-foot ceilings. I think the poles themselves are like 55 feet, and then there's still a peak. So, you know, it really gives you that big open atmosphere. You know, the idea of like freedom and relaxation. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, as you can see, look at these big hanging lights up there. And on the lights, I don't know if you can see well enough, but you can see there's little bison like running around, and Native Americans on horses as well. Up there, you're going to see these, there's like 4 or 5 stories here right in the center lobby with rooms right there. So that's the main check-in point right to your right when you walk in. And over here is our first little restaurant you run into. This is the Whispering Canyon Cafe. And the Whispering Canyon Cafe is pretty famous because there's not actually whispering.
No, they yell at you. They're just very loud, boisterous cast members. All part of the theming. We've eaten there before, and you know, it's
okay.
Standard fare. Pretty
standard food. They got a pretty good breakfast actually, and but yeah, the reason we were talking about they're loud is because like if you ask them, hey, can I have some ketchup? They're gonna scream, we need some ketchup, and just scream it like they're trying to embarrass you at that restaurant. So just be aware of that. So very cool artwork like this, and you know, this is a Native American headdress here. It's very cool. And they have these little signs here that'll explain everything. The double trailer headdress. There's another one over there. And the lobby is really beautiful. It's very open. You see they have these huge chairs here where you can sit in. And yeah. And over here, there's actually a fireplace, which is kind of useless when it's 80 degrees like it is today. But still, very, very gorgeous all the same. Look at how big it is. Like the scale of it is just very intense, which I think is beautiful. And look at the design here.
Really beautiful detail.
Like that's very intense and very, very cool. So, Molly, there's a store in the lobby of almost every Disney resort.
Of course there is. The Mercantile has, you know, classic souvenirs, a couple specific things to the resorts, but then any needs that you need. Tylenol, Tums, extra underwear.
Everything of that nature. So yeah, we'll walk you over here. This is like a mainstay of every big Disney resort. They got some merchandise because, you know, they want you to buy some stuff. So look, they have these very themed things, which we always kind of find cool.
Bird farts.
Obviously very centralized theme to, like, you know, the woods and wood animals like bears and stuff like that. Snow White is a pretty common.
Yes, Snow White is very big around here, for sure.
Obviously a very famous Disney film. But as we talked about, see, look, bears, everything of that nature, there's always going to be, you know, wood centralized theming. So, like even over here in the middle of the store, there's a fire pit over here with a Native American, looks like a dress almost. It's pretty cool. So it looks like over there, that's the entrance. There's buses and there's also villas down that way.
Yeah,
so
those are the Boulder Creek villas, I believe. Those have been here since opening. And then there's also the Copper Creek villas that I believe were put in, I want to say 5 to 7 years ago. I don't know the exact time.
Yeah, fairly new DVC extension. Kind of like Bay Lake Towers as a contemporary. There's always those extensions to resorts. More theming on the walls here. And then over here, we're gonna walk over this little bridge. First look at a little indoor geyser. This river actually leads outside and goes way down there too. So it's kind of cool to just have, like, you know, bridges and theming like that.
Disney water.
It's got a distinct smell, that Disney water. We'll walk you down this way. So over here actually, this is where there's a few more dining options. You want to talk about the dining?
Yes, so Artist Point is kind of more of a fine dining restaurant. I believe they are open for just dinner. I don't think they really do lunch or anything like that. Also the quick service place, which is the Roaring Fork, that has your standard fare, 3 meals a day. And yeah, you know, pretty decent options for hotel food.
Yeah, absolutely. And they also have the Territory Lounge, which I'm guessing is just like a place you can get some drinks and lounge out. We noticed this earlier, there's some Snow White art on the wall over here. Pretty cool. And yeah, so the Roaring Fork is right down that way if you guys walk right down that hallway. But we're gonna go outside.
So I think this is
All right,
the
guys.
lookout point over here.
So we're outside. This is Copper Creek Falls. A little waterfall that starts down there, and the river heads all the way down towards the pool. We're over near the Copper Creek section, but look at the scale of this resort. It's incredible how big it is. It's amazing. And we're gonna walk down this way. All right, Molly, here's the first pool.
Yeah, so Wilderness Lodge has a really great pool. It recently was refurbished, probably within the last 2 years. Had 2 hot tubs, got a great water slide, and it's just, you know, it's so beautiful around here. A great little place, splash pad for kids. And then they also have a salon in the Springs, which isn't currently open, but I believe that has like a sauna in there, so you can steam up. But due to COVID, we cannot steam.
Yes, and that is the Roaring Fork over there, quick service location that we mentioned earlier. And as you can see, kind of hard to see from here, but there's a waterfall right over there, but the springs are headed all the way down. Over there, that's Bay Lake. You can see that in the distance. And that leads to the bridges over by the boat transportation, as well as heading all the way over towards Geyser Point, which we ate at earlier. So
You see the waterfall over here.
yeah. There's that waterfall.
So pretty.
All right, we're down by the pool. Walk down here, you can see that waterfall in the distance. And here is the pool right here. Look at that, they got dayside games. You can see the lifeguards are always awesome at the Disney resorts. And the water slides are right here too. Come on, Molly. We're gonna head over towards the cabins and also the boat ramp where they send boats over to Magic Kingdom. We actually just went to Magic Kingdom last Sunday for the first time in a year.
It was so nice.
Yeah, everything's been crazy. Everything's been crazy with COVID, but you know, we're making the most out of it. But it's a beautiful day, and this resort is an absolute beautiful resort to just walk around. Honestly, whenever you're staying at a deluxe resort on Disney property, and I'm sure Molly will agree with me on this.
Take advantage of it.
Yes, take a day and have a resort day. Like, you don't have to do a park every single day.
If you're paying this much money for a deluxe resort, then you might as well get the most of it.
Absolutely. The pools are awesome. The restaurants are awesome. The walking around sections are great. The transportation's great. The boat rides are like rides in themselves. Kind of like a monorail or the Skyliner. It's like an extra ride.
Bonus ride. Bird.
Big Bird.
Big bird.
Okay, so we're over by the boat ramp.
Yeah, so one of the cool thing about the deluxe resorts is that they usually offer alternative transportation to the buses here, which is mainly the boats. It'll bring you to Magic Kingdom. Otherwise, to get into the other parks, you do have to use the bus system.
Yeah, so the boats do start from over here. They got the Magic Kingdom over there, and then there's also a boat ride over to the Fort Wilderness, and it looks like, yeah, the Contemporary Resort as well, which is kind of cool to have transportation over to another resort. Like Molly said, those deluxe resorts, they always have that exclusive transportation. Our favorite are the Skyliner resorts now. Skyliner's awesome, honestly. I know some people dislike it, but I heavily disagree. I absolutely love this Skyliner. I think it's amazing. And that Boardwalk Riviera section,
Beautiful.
beautiful, because the walking around Caribbean Beach and Riviera and the boardwalk is a night in
It's
itself.
all connected. Yeah, so you can just really make a trip out of it.
Yeah, that
Who
whole
needs to go
section.
to the parks.
Yeah, plus you got perfect access to both Hollywood Studios and Epcot, so that's kind of awesome in itself. All right, so we took a walk over to these cabins, which are right on the water, and they're pretty new.
Yeah, so these are the Copper Creek DVC villas. We've never stayed in one before, but I'm dying to stay in one, just because they're so peaceful, so quiet, and the rooms are like as big as a house. You could probably, there are, you know, typical villas, so you can sleep, I think, up to 8 people in them.
Yeah.
But they have, you know, nice high ceilings. The back of the villas has, you know, beautiful little screened-in patios that are right on, I guess it's Bay Lake, but it's what connects Bay Lake over to Seven Seas Lagoon. So, you know, this is definitely a luxury experience.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. It's kind of right there with the Polynesian bungalows as well as the Saratoga tree houses in terms of just like size and kind of like a Disney bucket list thing.
Yeah, it's just, I want to stay in one so bad.
Yeah.
Who wants to give me a night at
Yeah.
the Copper Creek villas?
Help us out. But yeah, it's pretty amazing, and you can see the beauty of this resort right towards the back end as well. You can walk all the way down here, and the farther along you walk, you're actually the closer you're going to get to Contemporary, which is Disney's OG resort. Well, we're going to walk to the other side of the resort now.
Yes, there's actually, so this is the Copper Creek villas. There's also the Boulder Creek villas on the other side, which are a little older. I don't believe they have a water view. But they also have a little more of a private pool over there, and Geyser Point, which is a great little bar and restaurant that we like.
So yeah, so it looks like over here this is some sort of salon tanning booth section, maybe massages.
It's called Salon by the Pool. There's not tanning booths, but you know,
It's like mani-pedi
it's-
situation.
Yes, so it's, you know, definitely supposed to emulate that spa and resort feel that you see in, you know, places like this in the Pacific Northwest. So you can do, you know, pedicures, manicures. They have a sauna in there. Unfortunately, it's all closed because of COVID, but hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll be reopening soon.
Yeah, and we're actually towards the back end of the pool now. So we're gonna walk over towards back end of the resort, the other side of the resort. So we're grabbing some water because you got to remember to stay hydrated.
Hydrate in this Florida heat. Also, we were drinking, so
Yeah, we did have margaritas earlier.
more waters are a good idea.
Yeah, but look at this view. We're right on the water.
Beautiful.
You can see Bay Lake Tower over there in the distance, which is pretty great. And we actually took sea racers here one time. So right out there on the lagoon. That's Bay Lake, right?
This is Bay Lake, and then the one on the other side in front of Magic Kingdom is Seven Seas Lagoon.
So where we're sitting actually here right now though, guys, is right outside of Geyser Point. And Geyser Point is one of the more underrated spots at Disney. It's a bar and grill right on the water here at the Wilderness
It's
Lodge.
really nice. It's like, you know, it's basically kind of like you see, you know, campgrounds, like where they have like the coverings, but they're outdoors. So, you know, it's a very, you know, open, airy feel.
Yeah.
Cocktails, you can just walk up to the bar and get a drink, but they also have, you know, a small menu, which we went there for lunch today. So we'll have a video coming out. I would highly recommend checking that out because we really enjoyed our meal there.
Yeah, Geyser Point is actually one of my new favorite spots now at Disney World, just because of the atmosphere. I love being near the water, and it's very quiet.
Very peaceful.
But yeah, we got some drinks. I got myself a margarita and a beer, and we also got the bison burger, which is like their famous thing to get here. So check out that review if you'd like. I'll link it hopefully at the end of this video. But Geyser Point, great spot. Alrighty, so we're over here by the boats. You can rent pontoon boats over here, which is pretty cool. And so grass area, I believe there's a lot of recreation stuff over in this direction. Yeah, there's some kids playing ping pong over there. And there's also foosball. So always gotta have those little recreation spots. So it looks like this is called Reunion Station. It's a little recreation center. They might even have like a place where maybe that's where like kids hang out. Over there, that's that boat and bike rental. Obviously, unfortunately, closed down due to COVID. Yeah, so it looks like there's a DVC and some cabins this way too. That's these are like the other side of the cabins. And this is another pool. This is the Boulder Ridge pool. Molly's been dying for a pool day.
I really have been. So beautiful.
Yeah. So we can't actually go inside here, but we can show you some footage from the other side.
I heard that a lot of the mining props you see around here, like the crane, those were from the Hollywood Studios. God, what was that thing? Remember that walkthrough where you had the big
I'm not sure. Like behind.
Yes, the behind the scenes tour.
Behind the
That
scenes
was it,
tour.
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's where those came from.
And this is like the main rooms. This is the original building. So as you can see, pretty cool decorations everywhere. Molly was just talking about how the whole behind the scenes tour, they use a lot of that stuff. But I just love the theming. Like you can see this huge God, what is that called?
Water reservoir?
It's like a water tank reservoir thing. But there's more cabins this way. We were actually just speaking to a woman who is DVC here and was telling us that face value, these cabins are almost $3,000 a night.
Yep.
So wow, that's a big chunk of change for one single night. But they do sleep up to 8 and they're beautiful and big size, but I think most people who actually stay in them are DVC.
I mean, if you have 8 people, that's only what, like $500 a person?
I don't think that's the math on it, but it's okay. Maybe 300 to 400 a person, but still pretty crazy. But yeah, that's where we're wrapping up our tour here now. We'll walk up towards the front on the other side of the pool, but very big pools, very big scale on the resort, and worth the trip. So on the other side of the Boulder Ridge pool, there is sports courts over there, basketball, I believe, and tennis. And there's also a health club, like a gym. So
If you're one of those weirdos that works out on your Disney vacations.
yes, not that we're judging you, but you know, Molly kind of.
But I am.
We got some people waving to us in the back, some kids. But so we're gonna wrap up this tour for this video. We did a full big loop. We showed you the lobby. We showed you 2 different pools, the boat launches, the cabins, the restaurants. It's a pretty big tour.
It's a beautiful resort, honestly. This is one of those places you can come and not even go to the parks and still enjoy your time here.
Absolutely. If I stayed here for a week, I'd probably do 2 days here at the resort and the rest of the time at the parks, because it's worth it. You know, when you have pools to this size and restaurants and bars and boats, it's just, it's beautiful. There's so much detail. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. We really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, we cover date nights, Orlando, Universal, Disney, theme parks, travel, everything, you know?
Whatever we feel like doing, whatever. We always have fun.
Yeah.
So we bring you along with us.
Absolutely, and we love video requests, so absolutely comment below. If you're new, subscribe, like the video, and we appreciate the support as always. My name is Jared.
And I'm Molly.
And we'll catch you on the flip-flop.